Today we're going to bring an M.2 SSD enclosure, and now this is pretty much what you get when you get something like this. You get the actual cable, USB Type-C to Type-C or to Type 3.0. If you guys can see, it has an adapter here, a hidden adapter right there in the corner. Close it up. There's an M.2, of course, enclosure. You got the extra screw. You got a heat shield. If you have one of those M.2s that gets overheated or anything, it has a heat enclosure, and it has thermal tape. If you guys can see that, it comes with the included, and of course they give the actual stamps where you actually have to roll and tap in the actual M.2, which is you don't need a screw. It's pretty much a rubber stamp in there, and then of course the actual instruction. So let's open it up. See if we could fit different kind of M.2. So let's go ahead and do that. When you open it up, it comes with a screwdriver. They give you the actual Phillips, a little tiny Phillips, so you could just take out the actual screw. And it's magnetic, so you don't lose it, right? Like that. Then what you want to do is just pop it out, and that's it. So if you guys can see it, it has the enclosure. It has for up to 80 millimeters, right? And different kind of M.2s. We're going to go ahead and include it. We're going to put a NVMe. If you guys noted the enclosure, it's ready to go. And here's my NVMe, 2 terabytes that we're going to set up. Of course, 80 millimeters. We're going to put it on the back. Now you got to do is make sure that the copper's not showing. All right, just click it once, and not too much pressure, and that's it. Now, before you do that, my recommendation is put the thermal tape on the actual system itself, and then you actually cover it up so it could actually maintain itself and it won't overheat, right? Because it does get to heat in an enclosure that small. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and set up the M.2. Just make sure when you put the thermal tape, don't cover the edges, all right? We're going to set up the actual cover itself. All right, we just sandwiched it in, put it in there. If you guys can see that, very simple. We got one in. You can see the thermal tape in there. It's covered, and this is actually to prevent heat. So it's a little shield, all right? It's a little radiator. So we're going to go ahead and set it up into the actual enclosure. Very simple, like I said. Just don't let the copper be shown. So basically, just screw it in. You push it in there, and then you put in the screw. But in this case, we don't have a screw. We actually have these rubber ends. And all you have to do is make sure it clicks in there, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and set that up. You guys can see it's in place already, the actual silicone rubber end. That's a little difficult because you got to actually make sure you insert it into the M.2 before. It's kind of have to be in the edge and then push it in, right? So you might struggle there, but once it's in there, you should be good. All we got to do is cover it up. All right, just to let you guys know, this is compatible with Mac and Windows. All right, so today we're going to use a Microsoft Surface, and if you guys know, Surfaces only have a Type-C connection, so that's the only thing we're going to be working with. So on this case, we're just going to click on the actual system itself. So we're going to go one in Type-C, all right, which is the main entrance to the actual system, and then the other entrance is going to be Type-C too. So we're going to take off the 3.0 connection, and we're going to display the actual Type-C, right? So let's plug it in, and I want to show you guys something, how you know it's on, all right? And it just came up right now. There's a little light right there. You guys can see the blue light. All right, we're going to transfer about 17 gigs into the actual drive, and see how fast we're going to go. So we're going to transfer over 17 gigs into the system. And right now, the transfer rate, let's see the transfer rate in there. It's going pretty fast. And that's 17 gigs being transferred right now. And we're getting about 500 megabytes per second, 530, 540, depends on but its transferring rate is pretty quick. So the system took about 22 seconds to transfer 17 gigs over. That's not bad. And if you guys can see, everything went actually through my system. If you guys can see the D drive, it didn't take that much, and there's the actual file. All right, the drive was very simple to install. It was quick, slick, very fashionable. You could put this in your backpack, ready to go. If you're going to travel from place to place, if you work in IT, you travel with a lot of software, this could contain a lot of things. If you guys can notice, I actually put a 2 terabyte, but you could actually put up to 4 terabytes, maximum 4 on this one. So very simple. I like the extension. I like the actual conversion that you can do. Very simple, easy to use. I hope you guys enjoy the video. 99.6 of you are not subscribers in my channel. I hope that the content helps you out and that you find it very useful. And I hope you hit the like and subscribe.